Hello, sophomores. I am here to go over with you the X period from this fall. So whether you missed the X period and you're unable to join us or you want to take a look back at what we discussed, this screencast is for you. First, I want to talk about the goal for sophomore year. So as freshmen, a lot of students were getting involved in a bunch of different things on campus, joining a lot of different clubs, trying a lot of different activities. Sophomore year is really about honing in on what it is that you like to do. So figuring out your gifts and talents and interests, recognizing your strengths, your weaknesses, figuring out what you really like and dislike. This will help you as you try to figure out what you would like to do after SI in terms of what you would like to study and what kind of job you may want to have down the road. Also, enrichment opportunities. It's a great time to get started on activities outside of school that are in line with what you might want to focus on one day. These could be internships, jobs, classes, all things that allow you to further explore an interest outside of the classroom. You'll see a link to a list of enrichment opportunities in the email that was sent out with this screencast. Next, academics. Here you'll see A to G admissions requirements for the UC CSU systems. So what are we talking about here? What is A to G? This term refers to the sequence of high school courses that students must complete to be eligible for the University of California and California State University systems. This is important because these are our state university systems, so we want to make sure you are eligible for them once you graduate from SI. These schools are often referred to as the UCs and CSUs. So you'll see here on the slide, we've listed out exactly what the A to G requirements are. And I want you to note a couple of things here. You'll see for D and E, for science and language other than English, that while these colleges require students take 2 years of science and 2 years of language other than English, they do recommend students take 3 years. We'll be sitting down with you. You'll sit down with your personal and academic counselor each spring semester to determine what courses that you'll be wanting to take the next year. And we'll ensure that you're enrolling in courses that make you eligible for the colleges that you're considering. But this is just something to think about when you're planning your courses for each year. Another thing to note here is students must pass the courses with a C- or above to be eligible for the UC CSU systems. So while students do earn credits to graduate with a D, it is important if you do earn a D that you talk to your counselor about remediation, so we ensure that you're eligible for our UC and CSU schools. Next, I want to talk about the GPA. Okay, the GPA becomes even more important in your sophomore year, and here we'll go over why. I want to share with you a little bit about how a GPA is calculated and the difference between SI GPA calculations and how the UCs and CSUs calculate their GPA. So first, the SI GPA includes all classes that are listed on the transcript in grades 9 through 12. And on your SI transcript, you'll see when you look at it with your counselor that there's both an unweighted and a weighted GPA listed on your transcript. Now in the right column here, we see what's called the UC CSU GPA. This is a little different than our SI GPA. The UCs only look at classes in that A to G list, the list of courses that are approved for A to G. And another thing to note is that these courses, this GPA only calculates classes that are taken in the 10th and 11th grade, so not the 9th grade year. While colleges will see the 9th grade grades when you report them on your application, they look at the 9th grade as a transition year, so they don't calculate it into the UC CSU GPA. Also, the UC CSU GPA is a weighted GPA, meaning it gives the extra point to most of the honors and all the AP courses taken here at SI. And lastly, something that's a little bit different is that they take out the pluses and minuses. So a B plus factors in as a B, or as an A minus factors in as an A. So that's just a difference between the SI GPA and the UC CSU GPA. Next, I want to talk a little bit about honors versus AP courses. We get this question asked a lot. What is the difference between an honors course and an AP course? There are a lot of similarities between the two. First, let's talk about honors courses. Honors courses taken at SI do move at a faster pace. There's some additional rigor in an honors course. And when factoring into our GPA, they are given that extra weight, meaning a B in an honors course ends up factoring into the GPA as an A for the weighted GPA. Same goes for the AP course. An AP course does move at a faster pace and has some additional rigor. But another thing to note is that AP refers to advanced placement, which means the material that you're learning is a college level material. Similar to an honors course, the grade does receive an extra point when factoring into the weighted GPA. So again, a B in an AP course becomes an A when factoring into the weighted GPA. A couple things to note about an AP course. Students are required to take what's called an AP exam in May. So if I enroll in AP biology, I am required at the end of the year in May to take what's called the AP exam. Okay, it's a nationwide exam. They are not entry exams for colleges. However, they are exams that the colleges will consider. If you do end up scoring well on it, you could possibly earn credit towards college before you even attend college. So that is what an AP exam, the benefits of an AP exam are. We do have optional AP exams here at school, meaning while we may not have an AP Modern World History course, we do have, a lot of our students do opt to take an AP Modern World History exam. Okay, check your email from Ms. Hammond, who is our AP coordinator, for more information on these exams. And if you're interested in taking them, it is a good idea to check in with your history teacher to see what the test may entail and to see how you can prepare outside of class. Next, we want to talk about SCORE. So what is SCORE? SCORE is an online platform that you'll be using a great deal in your junior and senior year when it comes time to research colleges and apply to colleges. Both you and your parent or guardian will have your own account. And today we wanted to make sure we got all of our sophomores registered onto their SCORE account. So if you did this already, you can move right along. But if not, please know that an email was sent out on September 27th, which prompted you guys to create your account. Now, that is obviously more than 72 hours ago. So if you have not yet registered for SCORE, please check with your personal and academic counselor and we can resend you the email to get you registered on your SCORE account. But it is important to do soon because it's a great online platform that, like I said, you'll be using a lot in the college research process and the college application process. Things you can do now in terms of using SCORE as a sophomore. There's a great feature on here where you can keep track of your activities and achievements, basically create an online resume. Here you'll see the steps to access that part of SCORE, but this is a great idea first because it's just a helpful tool to keep track of all the things you've been involved in at SI. So when you're sitting down to do your college applications in a couple of years, you don't have to think, okay, what was it that I did freshman year? What was that club I did sophomore year? If you keep track of your activities as you go through school, it really is helpful in the application process to create an online resume as you go. Also, your college counselor and your personal and academic counselor will have access to this resume, which is really helpful for them as they put together your letter of recommendation when the time comes for that. Next, I want to go over U-Science. U-Science is a great program that we encourage you to take advantage of through SCORE. And this is a program that will measure your aptitude, meaning the areas that you're strongest in, and will help connect you with careers and majors that you might want to consider. The whole U-Science aptitude activity takes about 90 minutes, so we really encourage you to do this outside of school. Quarter break is a great time to get this done. Thanksgiving break, whenever you have time set aside where you can really take your time moving through the questions, this is a really helpful tool for all of our students. How to access U-Science. Here are some steps outlined for you where to find U-Science on your SCORE account. And lastly, one-on-one appointments. Just like every fall semester, we want to make sure we are checking in with each of you. So please take a look at your emails. Look for an email sent from your personal and academic counselor with information on how to schedule your one-on-one appointment with them. If you aren't able to find that or don't know how to schedule your appointment with your counselor, please feel free to reach out at any time. We're here to help you and support you. Thank you so much. That's all for now. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to your counselor.